Do I have to move out of my house if I get divorced? Tune in as attorney Joseph Marra explains.
Generally, um, especially, and this could apply to both, but especially to the breadwinning spouse, my advice would be do not move out. Go downstairs, go to the basement, go to the living room, but do not move out. Because you're right, once you move out, they can immediately file for this relief. They could try to file for it anyway if you haven't moved out, if they could prove you're denying support, but it's kind of hard if you're in there paying the bills and all of that. But this is another thing, and I don't want to take away from victims of domestic abuse because that happens and it's horrible. But you also have to understand there's another side to that, where because what I'll tell a client, and this is just natural advice, look, if you have been physically violated, emotionally violated, sexually violated, and or you're in fear of your safety, if that your other spouse is constantly yelling at you, screaming at you, not only that, but more importantly, threatening you with physical violence, you have an absolute right to either go to the police and have them arrested or to go to family court, once again, family court, and seek an order, right? And what's called an order of protection. And what some people don't realize is you can get this order of protection against your spouse, and it's a temporary order of protection because the court hasn't heard the issues. But the court, in the interest of protecting people from violence, will immediately order the accused out of the house until there's a hearing. So literally, and this has happened, someone's home, they're putzing around the kitchen, doorbell rings. It's the cops. Police officer says, Mr. Jones, I have an order of protection, temporary order of protection. Here it is. I'm serving it upon you. You must now immediately vacate the premises. You can gather your things if you allow us in to assist you or watch you while you're gathering your things. You gather as much as you can carry, and you got to get out. And that happens. And I've seen spouses, both men and women, use that as a tool, either by lying outright or exaggerating. And you think about it from a court's perspective, they want to make sure people are protected. They want to make sure people are safe. So they're going to err on the side of granting this temporary order. So one thing I advise the breadwinners to do is, number one, they're permitted to record, in New York State, you're permitted to record conversations with people as long as you're a party to that conversation. The other person doesn't have to know about it. So I advise them, use your phone. You could tell the other spouse or not tell them. Use your phone, use some type of device to record your interactions with the other spouse so you could prove that you didn't do this, okay? Or if the other person's threatening you, to record the threats. But that is a fine line. Some people try to set up these other equipment that goes on when they're not there, like the nanny cam type of things. And that can be problematic if you're recording the other party and you're not there, all right? In a marriage, that is problematic. Be careful doing that. But clearly, if you're there and you're a party to the conversation and you want to record your interaction with your other spouse, that's a good thing to do to prevent this type of abuse that does happen. Right? Because then what happens is the spouse is thrown out and then the other party goes right to court and files. Okay? And here's the type of thing too, how much these stay away, because there's different, literally you can have an order of protection, but still be allowed to reside in the same house. That has happened too. But if you have what's called a total stay away from the spouse. One spouse drove by to drop a support check off in the mailbox. The other spouse saw him and filed a petition for violating the order because he wasn't supposed to go anywhere near the house. That's how strictly these orders are enforced. So it's a very, like I said, someone who wants to be maniacal and manipulative and take advantage, they can easily do it. So I tell the spouse, don't move out and protect yourself. Don't engage in any conversation. Try to do it all via email or text. If you have to interact with the person, do it by recording the conversations. So that would be my advice to anyone. Don't move out until you have a deal. but protect yourself while you're living there.
Thank you so much, Joe, for that important information, and thank you, audience, for watching. If you yourself or someone you know may have questions on this topic, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call the law offices of Joseph Marra. They are professional, friendly, and really great at looking at the pros and cons of your situation, coming up with a fantastic strategy, and giving you some options. We look forward to hearing from you soon.